teachers.
Good morning.
Yes, indeed. I was having coffee with some friends the other day, and I heard a little tale, like an Aesop moral story that I hadn't heard before. Many of you may have heard this. I had not. If you put 100 red ants and 100 black ants in a jar, they will coexist fine. If you shake the jar, they will start to fight and kill each other. The moral of the story is, who's shaking the jar? Who is creating the chaos that is causing these ants to fight each other? Well, that is an Aesop story. However, I have a true story from my past. My grandfather, on Sunday afternoons when we were over there for family dinner, he would stand up at the end of the meal, say something totally outrageous, and leave the room, leaving everyone else to argue and discuss whatever it was, whatever bomb he had dropped, while he went into the other room and had a drink. He shook the jar at the table. Who is shaking the jar today? Who's shaking the jar that the country is in? I think it's the media, it's the politicians. And how are they doing it? How are they shaking our jar? One way is by using emotive language. When you read the headlines nowadays, you see words like outrageous, shocking, appalling, astounding, disgust, contempt, thrilled, ecstatic. Very emotive words. Let's think about that for just a minute. Let me give you an example of a sentence. She fell down a flight of stairs. It's a simple fact. She fell down a flight of stairs. Now let's look at how that might be rephrased to create some emotion or a presumption of the facts. In a drunken stupor, she fell down the stairs. It's still a fact that she fell down the stairs, but now we've added some other idea as to why she fell down the stairs. Or she intentionally fell down a flight of stairs. Again, she fell down a flight of stairs, but now the implication is that she did it on purpose. And a third way, the clumsy girl fell down a flight of stairs. Again, we are taking a factual statement and we are leading the reader into what we think happened, into our understanding of what happened. And I think that that is a lot of what the media is doing and the politicians are doing to us. They are using words such as this, these emotive words, to create an impression for us to follow. Now, I am a member of several organizations, several volunteer organizations. One is a retirement group called RCOR, Retired City of Roseville Employees Association. And our goal is to simply keep in touch with each other and to watch the city to see if they are doing anything that relates to retirees. We have all different kinds of members, of all different political stances, of all different ethnic origins, of all different cultures. And yet we get along and get the work of the association done. We don't have anyone shaking the jar in that group. I'm also a member of this group, this Toastmasters Club. We have various members here, and we don't all agree about everything. And yet, we get accomplished the goal of our club, which is to get comfortable with public speaking and be good leaders. As long as no one shakes the jar, we're good. We don't need to have some emotive language thrown at us to make us see what we do not have in common. When you read these sentences, for example, here are some examples. The defenseless wolf was violently attacked by the gruesome bear. What happened? What's the fact here? Fact is, the wolf was attacked by the bear. We don't know the whys, the wherefores, the hows, anything beyond the fact that that happened. We need a whole lot more to this headline to understand the situation. These simple headlines with emotive language do not tell you the whole story. They allow us to escape further analysis, is what they are doing. A second example. The innocent bystander was murdered in cold blood in downtown Chicago. Now there's a headline that you could see almost any day. There are a lot of implications as to what happened here. But the fact is that by this sentence, you don't know what happened. You know someone died, and that's it. Unless you read a little deeper. To tag on to Diane's speech, we need to read a little more to analyze the information for ourselves. We don't need someone shaking the jar and yelling at us. And I don't care what side of the political spectrum you are on. Conservative, liberal, whatever. There are media outlets out there, politicians out there, that simply drop these emotive sentences on us. My hope is that we become aware of what is happening and do our own research if we want to understand the full story behind the headline. Madam Tisdale.